That's track.
Would you like to race him when he gets home?
I would beat Noah Lyles.
You think so?
I would beat Noah Lyles.
Like by a lot?
No, I wouldn't beat him by a lot, but I would beat Noah Lyles.
I'd like to see that happen.
What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. This is In Season with Casper. Hope y'all are doing well. Now, y'all saw the clip at the beginning of this video. Y'all have seen the title of this video. Noah Lyles versus Tyreek Hill. Who would win in a race? And I'm going to talk about it in this video. Now, jumping into it right away, giving like my thoughts and knowledge on track and field and football and guys running. Do I personally think Tyreek Hill can beat Noah Lyles in a race? No, I don't think so. I don't think it'll even be close. Now, Tyreek Hill may be close to Noah in some form of capacity, but in track sense, no, it would not happen. I don't see it happening in a 40-yard dash. I don't see it happening in a 60-meter race, a 100-meter race, or a 200. Whatever you want to line them up at, I don't think Tyreek Hill would beat Noah Lyles in a race. Now, if you think differently, let me know in the comments, because I'm curious to hear your reasoning as to why you think a NFL football wide receiver will be able to beat a track athlete. Now, don't get me wrong. Both guys are world-class athletes in their respective sports. Y'all know Tyreek Hill is probably one of the fastest players in the NFL, whereas Noah Lyles is one of the fastest runners in track. Now, Noah Lyles just won the 100 in the Olympics. He is basically the world's fastest man right now. Not only did he win the 100 at the Olympics, he also won it at Worlds the previous year. So he is in tip-top shape when it comes to straight speed right now, just running straight down 100. Now, luckily, we do have some video evidence to back these claims up, which I'm going to talk about throughout this video. Now, Tyreek Hill did used to run track back in the day, and as recently as last year, he did run a 60-meter race and dropped a pretty nice time, if I say so myself. Look, I ran track before, so I feel like I just have some skin in this game. But like I mentioned, he did run a 60 last year. He ran a pretty nice time. And Noah Lyles also ran a 60 this year. So within about a year's time span, both of them have run a 60-meter race. Now, I'll go ahead and show y'all Tyreek Hill's 60-meter dash now.
In 9 years. Men's 60 meters. And those block start practices were working pretty well during the week. And look at him take the...
So, like I mentioned, that race took place last year. I don't remember the exact time frame that 60-meter dash that Tyreek Hill ran last year took place, but it took place. He ended up running a 6.7, which, like I mentioned earlier, is a pretty good time. Now, I'm going to show y'all Noah Lyles' race. Noah Lyles' 60-meter race from early this year that he ran prior to the Olympics.
And a good start by Coleman. Now can he hold off the world champion at 100 meters? No, he can't. Then he...
Now, in that 60-meter dash by Noah Lyles, he ran I believe it was a 6.4, a 6.43, which put him, I believe it was tied for top 10 all time in the 60-meter dash. So, just alone right there, I think that just speaks for itself. You're putting a top 10 all time guy in the 60-meter dash against the guy who ran a 6.7 last year. Like I said, 6.7 is not bad, but it's nowhere near comparing to 6.43 and a guy who just straight track speed. Now, if Tyreek was training for track and was just a straight track athlete, do I think they would compete? No, I still don't think it would be close. I think Noah Lyles blows Tyreek Hill out of the water when it comes to any race they want to line up in. Now, I've seen people say like, oh, what if they run without blocks and Noah doesn't have blocks and he just has straight standing up. They both stand up, they have standing start, and they go from there. Even then, I don't think so. Noah Lyles doesn't always train out of blocks. If you're familiar with track, you have workouts that you just don't use blocks all the time. So I'm sure Noah is comfortable running out of blocks and still running a very decent time. Now, if you want to compare 100-meter dash times, we can do that as well. Tyreek Hill's personal best time in the 100 is 10:19. Noah Lyles just ran a 9.78 in the Olympics, which won him the Olympics and the title as the world's fastest man. So even there, it just doesn't compare. Look, I love the argument. I love people talking about how Tyreek Hill could potentially beat Noah Lyles. I don't see it at all. Like I mentioned earlier, let me know in the comments if you think it's possible. Now, a lot of this stuff stems from Noah Lyles' comments that he made, I believe it was last year after Worlds, or after he ran at Worlds, about the world champion. The world champion comment, I'm sure a lot of y'all are familiar with it. I'll go ahead and play the clip for y'all so y'all can see it.
The NBA Finals, and they have world champion on their head. World champion of what? The United States?
Of course, this is the infamous world champions of what comment that Noah Lyles made in reference to really the NBA and them claiming world champion whenever they win an NBA Finals. Now, do I agree with Noah Lyles about this comment? I do, because the NBA does not play, they don't play it on a world stage every year. Now, they did just win the Olympics. They are world champions right now, which I'm fine with. That's what Noah Lyles was referencing. But in the grand scheme of just an NBA final, no. And Tyreek Hill actually mentioned that in that clip I played at the beginning. He mentioned the world champions of a specific sport. Same with football. Now, will other countries compare to us in football? Probably not. But you can't just claim a world title and you're only playing in the United States. But that is a separate video all in itself. I'm sure people have their own opinion on that topic, but that is not what this video is about. But just a lot of stuff has been going on with Noah Lyles lately that has brought up this conversation. Like I mentioned, Tyreek Hill spoke about it in that video that I played at the beginning with Kay Adams. But it's just a lot of people have been going back and forth, not even back and forth with Noah, but just nitpicking with Noah, or nitpicking at Noah about certain things that he says, certain things that he's done. As y'all know, Noah didn't even win the 200-meter dash at the Olympics, even though that's his, if you've seen certain clips, that's his wife, basically. He loves the 200, even though he did not win. But at the end of the day, regardless of how you feel about Noah Lyles or how you feel about the things he said, lining them up next to each other, Tyreek Hill versus Noah Lyles, Noah isn't losing. Now, like I said earlier, let me know in the comments if you feel differently. If you think that Tyreek Hill has a chance, let me know in the comments so we can talk about it. I'm very curious to see how people feel about it. But that is all I have for y'all today. Hopefully y'all enjoyed this video. Go and subscribe to the channel, hit that like button, turn on the notification bell so you can stay today when I post new content. As always, appreciate y'all for stopping in. I'll catch y'all in the next video.